And I'm very pleased and proud to introduce a speaker from the National Executive of the NUT, Alex Kenny, who will be speaking on behalf of the union. Alex.
Thank you, Chris, and thanks everyone for turning out today. I do bring you greetings on behalf of Christine Blower, the General Secretary, and Kevin Courtney, the Deputy General Secretary of the NUT, who are otherwise engaged today. Three things we want to say. First of all, I think it was right that we started with a minute's silence to send our condolences. We want to send our deepest sympathy to the family of Alan Hennings today, whose suffering is great. And we condemn utterly his murder and those other murders carried out by ISIS. And we say what they are doing has nothing to do with the kind of world we want to build, has nothing to do with the kind of world we want to see in the Middle East. And everyone here should condemn that as we have done. The second thing I want to say is to endorse what Andrew, the first speaker, said, is that we are absolutely clear in saying to this government that we are not part of the solution, that your solution will not bring peace to the Middle East and it will not make us safer in this country. You cannot bomb your way to peace. You cannot bring peace from the air. You cannot bring peace from the barrel of a gun. And I echo the sentiments of my local MP, Rushnara Ali, who I think showed great courage in resigning from the shadow cabinet, the Labour shadow cabinet. And in her letter to Ed Miliband last week, she said she fears that the bombing of Iraq will make us less safe in this country and will increase radicalisation amongst young people because they won't know where to turn to, they won't know where to look for the solutions. And that makes organisations like Stop the War all the more important in putting our alternative, in making clear that we see the solution in the Middle East as coming from the Middle East itself. You only have to look at the bombing of Libya, the bombing, as Andrew said, of those other countries. It hasn't brought about a solution. It hasn't brought about peace. It's brought about sectarianism, war, and more murder. The third thing I want to say, and we in the NUT want to say to David Cameron and his government, is where were you in the summer? Where were you when 200,000 innocent civilians in Gaza were murdered by the Israeli government? Where were you when 500 children were killed and hospitals and schools were bombed? You lifted not one finger. You raised not one voice in anger. You did not threaten one sanction against the Israeli government. You didn't even say you would stop selling them arms. I charge you with hypocrisy in that act. You did not stand with the innocent in Gaza, and you should be charged with that. My final point is we are small in numbers today and public opinion may not quite be on our side, which charges us with a great responsibility in our local areas to build Stop the War, to build a campaign against this war, because as it goes on, as people see that it's not solving the problem, they will ask questions, they will come to us for answers, and we have the answers, we have the ideas. We have to make sure, as we have done over the last 14 years, that we are building Stop the War. We are explaining to people that it is not our government that can solve the problem, that there is an alternative, and the alternative lies in the hands of the people of the Middle East, as Andrea said. Thank you for coming today. Let's build Stop the War. Let's build a campaign in the local areas. Thank you.